choices, how we might have ended up?
No. I like the hand we've been dealt.
Together, we were destined for something great.
Why did I move here? I guess it was the weather.
It was great to kick today off with a look back at just some of the seminal moments of the last 25 years. And what better way to bridge our past and our future than with a game that's graced every PlayStation console, Grand Theft Auto. It's been a privilege partnering with Rockstar Games for many years now, and we're thrilled to open today with the news that that partnership will continue with PlayStation 5. It's now just over a year since we began sharing technical details of PlayStation 5, but today's the day that we've been looking forward to for years, when we get to show you just some of the games that demonstrate our belief that PlayStation 5 marks the biggest generational transition our industry has yet seen. The content we've curated for today's event showcases how PS5 has inspired developers to create new experiences that are transformative in how they look, sound, and feel. Enough from me. We're going to have the games do our talking.
A hero's just someone who doesn't give up. Your dad said that. He was right. Now it's your turn. Go be a hero, Miles.
Okay, let's do
今日は皆さんに僕らが作っている新しいグランツーリスモの情報をシェアできるということですごく興奮しています。今回のグランツーリスモはおそらくこれまでのねグランツーリスモのファンの方がプレイしたら本当に嬉しいんじゃないかなっていう、キャンペーンモードを中心にしたグランツーリスモになっていると思います。ぜひ楽しみにしていてください。
You all right back there?
No way. It appears that the dimensions are collapsing on one another. If we cannot get to...
Right, the ship. I mean, we can't be that far.
I have it in my sights.
They have found us, Ratchet.
How do I steer this thing?
Ask nicely.
Slow down, please! Dad's not listening!
The dimensions are weakening considerably.
How bad is it?
Well, it is certainly not good.
Great!
Where are we?
Beats me.
To the depths with ya! How many arms you got, beast? We've been boarded! Get off me, ship! I'll return!
Frank!
Ratchet. We are too late. Ratchet?
Who?
Hi, I'm Marcus Smith, creative director at Insomniac Games. The entire studio is so excited to be able to share with you a first ever look at Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, a brand new, full-length, interdimensional adventure built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5. We're doing things we've never been able to do before, like use dimensional rifts to be able to leap from planet to planet nearly instantly, or put ray trace reflections on Clank. All of our alien worlds are filled with density and life previously unseen. Plus, Ratchet's all-new arsenal is more exciting than ever thanks to the DualSense controller's enhanced feedback. Ratchet and Clank are near and dear to our hearts at Insomniac, and we can't wait to share more with you in the future. But for now, here's another look.
Did you see that?
Like my ride, bro?
It's Ratchet and Clank!
Sand sharks from above.
Nice sand shark! Nice sand shark! My heroes!
Was that a kraken?
Or at least a very large octopus. I will never get used to that.
Hey, to break reality.
Don't let him get to the boss!
Did Dr. Nefarious really resurface after all these years just to try and take over the universe again?
Yeah! I kinda wish he was doing a worse job!
He must have more planned than he
That's what I'm afraid of.
Making games used to be about these constant trade-offs between the artistic vision and technical limitations. With PS5, we're not going to be burdened like that. We're going to be able to realize our artistic vision a lot better. It's got a ton of horsepower, which is very easy to unlock, and it's a machine that's really easy to develop on. The PS5 will present a paradigm shift as to what players will come to expect from gaming. Will let us tell stories, make worlds, create gameplay that I think will truly captivate the player and really surprise quite a few people. Please take a look at this new franchise for Worldwide Studios, coming exclusively for PlayStation 5.
Over and over, I relive my first moments on this alien planet. The crash. The attack. My death. The crash. The attack. My death. Trapped in this endless cycle. Even death is no escape. Each time I awake, this planet seems somehow different, as if changing. This world is becoming part of me, infecting my mind, my memories. The longer I spend here, the more I can feel my sanity slip away. But I cannot lose hope. choice is to keep fighting. To keep looking for answers. My only hope is to break the cycle. Before the cycle breaks me.
Welcome to London! And our main event, looking to settle some scores and crush anyone in his way, Ultimo Barricado! Challenging him is John and a whole host of heavy hitters. It's time for Destruction All-Stars!
No game. Broken brains become insane. No battle, no race, no fame. Doctor, we're rolling again. This is a combat, no dabbing, no combat. I bring the boom box and you bring the weapons. Ready the keys for notorious me. I'll be the top one and you can rag off. Cracking the unstoppable action of the legend. I'm the spark to the match and I'm unbreakable. Scrapping the rest, I'm the better. I am the best, come and get it and kiss me like I'ma take over the best. It's a boom boom battle that you won't be lasting. I'm invincible, the rack, you know you will never fight no other better than me. You will start struck, cause I am the
Hello everyone, my name is Josh Greer and this is my brother Mike. We're from Ember Lab, a small team with a background in film and animation.
And we're very excited today to share with you the first look at our new game. It's a story full of adventure and charm that has themes in personal growth and redemption. So please enjoy.
I know you are kind. You sense the power that flows through this land. Yet, you do not fully understand it. Driven by the belief that you can help these troubled spirits. But you cannot hide your weakness from me. You have no power here, Kena.
You ever feel like you're just waiting for a sign? To do that thing you've always meant to do. Sometimes I feel like I'm just standing on the edge of doing great things. But something's holding me back. Maybe it's just nerves. Maybe it's the fear that I'll never be as good as what I imagine, when I'm still just standing on the edge. But if we've got nothing else to lose, might as well jump.
This time there won't be
Hi, I'm Lorne Lanning, and I'm here to share with you a game that I've been dying to make. It's an emotionally engaging story where rescuing is rewarding, failure is devastatingly hilarious, and the memories should last you a lifetime. Take a look.
You are no longer a slave, Abe. They believed, trusted, followed, and it led them here. You may have escaped the murderous blades, for the fate of your entire people is up to you.
プレイステーション5によって我々の考える東京のビジュアルを実現できました。今までに見たことのない東京の魅力を見て、聞いて、感じることができます。これからお見せするのはゴーストワイヤー東京の世界初のゲームプレイ動画です。スーパーナチュラルでミステリアスな東京、そこに潜む驚異と美しさを感じ取っていただけると思います。ぜひお楽しみください。
You see things others can't. Hear threats others don't. Fight when others won't. It's up to you to save Tokyo.
was always gonna end like this. All your hard work, all your sacrifice, only sped up the process. And now, you find yourself alone. Only death awaits.
Hacker Nabrak here from IO Interactive. In Hitman 3, Agent 47 is back for his most intimate and professional contract in his entire career. This is also the dramatic conclusion for the World of Assassination trilogy. I'm so proud to be here to present a little glimpse of the gameplay where Agent 47 is on top of the world in Dubai. Enjoy.
What's up, everyone? I'm Zion Williamson of the New Orleans Pelicans. Here we go. The first ever teaser for NBA 2K21. Y'all are not ready for this.
Trying to break you down, but for real, you might as well give up now. Think you got a chance, but I don't see how. Got a real tight grip when I hold that crown. I'm the first one in and the last one out. Whoever owns the place gotta drag me out. I don't make a sound when I stray. You better just run for your life. Run for your life. Run for your life. Your life. Run for your life.
Amazing, aren't they? Half bug, half snack. A very recently discovered species, entirely unique to this island. Oh, this one's lively. Beautiful seed patterns.
Hi everyone, thank you for being with us today for this very special event. But before we get to the end of the show, I have something very near and dear to me.
Deathloop is a next-gen first-person shooter about rival assassins locked in a time loop.
This is our unique vision, what Arcane is all about.
Freeform immersive gameplay, a surreal player-driven story smashed together.
Want to see some stylish action? Check this out.
Porky. The real party doesn't start until he's dead.
She is not making this easy.
Hope you're ready to loot! Die already!
Busted! God! Damn.
Sitting here lonely like a broken man. Spending my time and
Good morning, Black Reef. Another day, another death. Art time loops fun. For everyone else on this island, this place is paradise. A never-ending party where hunting me is the main attraction. And no matter how I try to escape, they always cut me down. But I'm one stubborn motherfucker. Every loop I'm learning a little more, piecing together the puzzle. There's 8 targets, and they all gotta die before midnight. There's just one little snag.
You thought it was going to be easy?
Juliana Blake, Black Reef's protector and a real pain in my ass. She may kill me 1,000,000 times, but eventually, inevitably, I will break this fucking loop.
I don't like watching you die. I like killing you. There's a difference.
The old ones perished 1,000 years ago. Their great cities turned to graves. In their place came new life. And new dangers. or it will get worse and worse. Until it destroys us all. There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world. No depth I won't explore. No secret I won't unlock. No barrier I won't cross. This mission is mine alone. If I falter, if I fail, there won't be anyone left to stop what's coming. Comes. I will be ready.
On behalf of the entire team at Guerrilla, we're happy to share the first look at Horizon Forbidden West.
We're continuing Elga's story as she moves west to a far future America.
To brave a beautiful but dangerous frontier masked with mysterious new threats.
Get ready to explore distant lands ravaged by massive storms.
And take on new, powerful machines as you return
to the majestic world of Horizon.
Stay tuned for much more. We can't wait for you to get your hands on it.
I think there's a lot to look forward to for the community.
I think fans are going to be really pleased.
As a game designer and storyteller, this is incredibly exciting. We're talking a whole new generation of ideas and experiences that we can create for the player.
No matter where they are, no matter who they are.
New experiences like we've never had before.
More iconic, interesting characters, more atmospheric, immersive worlds for players to explore.
We want to wow players.
Expect the unexpected. And I, for one, can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait to share them with you.
It's so exciting.
Incredibly exciting.
It's really about love
for the players and for the players.
As a developer, that's an amazing feeling to have.
Welcome to PlayStation 5.
We hope you've enjoyed the first glimpse of our future today. You've seen our most striking console design yet, and you've seen games that can only be enjoyed with the full range of PlayStation 5's features and power. At PlayStation, we believe in generational transitions, and we put years of work into making them happen. We want you to enjoy the unique benefits of moving from one generation to the next. Thank you for joining us. We're launching later this year, and we have tons more to share. Welcome to PlayStation 5.
But whatever comes, I will be ready.
PlayStation.
Hey everyone, this is Aaron Greenberg from Team Xbox. I'm excited to be coming to you here live from my kitchen. I'm drinking nonstop drinks out of the world's fastest, most powerful fridge. We're moments away from a huge Inside Xbox. First, I want to let you know, a lot of people have been wondering, what are we doing this summer? Well, we're not taking the summer off. We're working hard. Teams cannot wait to deliver new games, new reveals, new news for you. So it's time to get hyped. You're going to see today the first ever Xbox Series X gameplay from our partners around the world. Damon Baker and Sarah Bond, who lead our partnership team, have brought some of the best developers and creative teams to the table. They're going to be joined by Jeff, Katarina, and Malik. Team Xbox coming in strong. It's an exciting day. We know fans have been waiting for this, but also we know you're wondering what's going on with Xbox Game Studios. You guys have 15 creative teams now around the world. You blew us away at XO19. You blew us away at the Game Awards with Hellblade 2. We know you've got more. Of course we do. And with that, I want to welcome the head of Xbox Game Studios, Matt Booty, to tell us a little more.
Thanks, Aaron, and hi, everybody. I want to start by saying that our first concern is really with the safety of our teams and, of course, their families. And that's why they are all working from home right now, whether it's in Sweden, the UK, Canada, or the US. And I've really been impressed with the ingenuity and the creativity that they've shown to get around some of the challenges of working from home and to keep production moving forward on our great lineup of games. And so we're excited that we will begin unveiling gameplay from our studios starting in July, including some from our newer studios like Double Fine, Ninja Theory, and Obsidian.
Woo! Whoa, Matt, it feels like we might have left some off the list there.
Yeah, and Aaron, also 343 and Halo.
That's right. It's time to get hyped. Halo's coming, Halo Infinite. You've been waiting. The world's most anticipated game, July, mark your calendars. Xbox Game Studios, we've got teams around the world that are working on big surprises, big reveals for you. I could not be more excited. I can tell you we're going to work every week between now and then to deliver for our fans. But today we're going to put the spotlight on our partners and let them shine and show you what Xbox Series X gameplay look like. Let's have a go.
What you just witnessed was Bright Memory Infinite from Playism, created from the ground up by a single individual at FYQD Studio in China. Developers are using the hardware to achieve their dreams and their nightmares in amazing ways, using the power to optimize their games the way they want. Higher resolutions, crazy frame rates, ray tracing, and yes, faster in-game load times. But it's also awesome to see the partner support for smart delivery, ensuring that fans only have to purchase the game once to enjoy it on whichever Xbox system they own or will own in the future. So, over the next 25 minutes, we're going to debut just a slice of the amazing next-gen games you can expect from our partners this holiday and early next year. And because we read the interwebs, everything you see here will highlight the in-game experience, with actual gameplay captured in-engine to give you the best sense of what to expect when Xbox Series X launches later this year. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the following dreams being powered by Xbox.
Together, we built order out of chaos. Each trial, each tribulation, we have overcome. Now we live in an age of unprecedented peace. We have prevailed thanks to her. Let her ascension serve as proof of our righteousness. It is in her honor that we strive for chorus.
This ends with us.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for letting me crash the show. This is Patrick Mahomes, quarterback for the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I hope all of y'all been staying home, staying safe, and playing a ton of video games together. But hey, I'm here because I have the privilege of telling you this. Madden 21 is coming to Xbox Series X, and I can't wait to get my hands on it. It's been a journey that's older than me, and I was lucky enough to be a part of it this year. Like they say, you have to know where you've been to know where you're about to go.
Try and throw on third down. He's going to fire one deep. Inside the 10.
There's loads of Madden 21 news coming soon. And the game isn't just about what you can see, it's about what you can feel. But here's the best news. When you buy Madden NFL 21 on Xbox One, you get it free on Xbox Series X. I'm looking forward to it, and honestly, I'm ready to just get back on the field. Enjoy the rest of the show, and get ready to feel next level with EA Sports.
Huge thanks to EA for giving us that sneak peek at Madden 21 optimized for Xbox Series X. I mean, that was awesome. So my name is Sarah Bond, and I lead partnerships for Xbox, which means I get to work with the thousands of developers and creators around the globe that are creating games on, with, and for Microsoft platforms. I just love my job because it's all about connecting creators and publishers with our fans around something that they love, games. And boy, have they been busy. They are creating right now games that are going to define the generation, experiences that are just going to blow your mind away. And I am thrilled to share with you that every major publisher worldwide is developing for Xbox. And we already have hundreds of games coming to Xbox Series X in 2021. The support, it has just been tremendous, guys. I have never seen partners as excited about Xbox and Xbox Series X as they are right now. So why don't we take a look and see more of the great games that they have been working on.
What have you done? I've traveled so very far to find you. How strange that your trail ends here. The very island of my dreams. When you left, I was withering away. But here, on this extraordinary isle, I dare say I've found my strength again. I'm scared of what it means. I feel the call of something deep within. Whispers of things long forgotten. Will we be forgotten too? What did you find here, Harry?
This is, or was, the Ascent Group main metropolis. Like you, most people have contracted their entire lives away to get here. Workers or indents, slaves in all but name.
The Ascent Group arcology on Veles has shut down. If the latter is true, corporate graft teams will already be moving in.
This is a crisis supernova. The Ascent Group has collapsed. We have a shot at true independence. And I won't let it go to waste.
We wish to test your abilities by giving you a special assignment. Find out what happened.
Together on this one. Let's get it done!
Hi, hope you enjoyed the reveal of The Medium, our next-gen psychological horror game. We're very excited to announce that we're working on the project in cooperation with Akira Yamaoka, the legendary composer best known for the Silent Hill series. We'll have more to reveal soon, so stay tuned.
てめえもヤクザの端くれならけじめのつけ方ぐらいしてんだろ。
今ジョーがしょっぴかれるわけにはいかねえ。勤めに行ってもらえねえか、イチ。
喜んでやらせてもらいます。
お前だけは裏切らねえな。お前の姿がある日を待ってる。あれ、あ、おやっさん、すまねえな、イチ。死んどけ。
血がたぎるってもんじゃねえか。ふざけやがって。しかしお前は人を怒らせる天才だな。
こんにちは、セガの名越俊弘です。いよいよこの発表ができる日が、参りました。シリーズの最新作であるヤクザライクアドラゴンを、Xbox シリーズ X のローンチタイトルとして、そして Xbox One や、Windows 10で、発売する運びとなりました。全世界のファンはもちろんですね、初めてこのタイトルを手にする方にも楽しんでいただきたいなというふうに考えております。ゲームの限界に挑戦する龍が如くスタジオの新たなる挑戦をぜひ見届けていただきたいなというふうに考えております。ヤクザライクアドラゴンをぜひよろしくお願いします。
I hope you all enjoyed this brief peek at just some of the titles we have lined up for Xbox Series X. This is just the beginning. And personally, I can't wait to get immersed in these amazing games. But until then, I'm just going to have to live out that fantasy via custom backgrounds in Microsoft Teams. How about I try out a few now? Maybe we'll go into the world of Scarlet Nexus, or maybe I could tear up the streets in Dirt 5, or, well, here's a quick view of Phil Spencer's home office. Oh, wait a second. We've got this inside look at the next Assassin's Creed game. So with that, I'm going to leave you with the gameplay debut of the highly anticipated Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Xbox Series X. Huge thanks to all of our partners for their hard work during these difficult times, and to you at home for joining us. Stay tuned to go behind the scenes with a few of the creators of today's lineup and hear more about their thoughts on the next generation of game development. I'll see you later this summer for even more content premieres and announcements from Xbox Game Studios and our partners worldwide. Thanks so much.
Few titles command the respect and fandom that the Assassin's Creed series has garnered. And today, we get to talk about Assassin's Creed Valhalla with its creative director, Ashraf Ismail, who's joining us from Montreal, Canada. Bienvenue to Inside Xbox.
Hey, Jeff. Pleasure to be here.
I'm so glad that you're here because I'm a huge fan of the series. After seeing the video that we just saw, I have literally hundreds of questions to ask you. But before we get into Valhalla itself, did I just see new Assassin's Creed gameplay for the first time?
Yeah, absolutely. That was directly from the game in all its Viking Age glory.
Let's talk about the Viking Age because Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Origins, these took place in antiquity. They were sun-drenched Mediterranean places. And this looks very different. It's different time, different place. So what do you have for us with the Viking Age?
Yeah, so the Viking Age, it's named after one of history's most notorious warrior cultures. And this time period is highlighted by the invasion of England by this very large, hungry Viking horde. And at the time, England was a dark age tangle of broken warring kingdoms. So this was an absolutely brutal, pivotal moment in history that gave us the birth of the England we know today. So players can expect to fully live the Viking fantasy in a meticulously crafted journey in an Assassin's Creed world.
All right, so let's get a little bit more into this. There was a lot to take in that clip that we saw. I saw Viking longships. I saw some very mean-looking axes. Previously, we saw a hidden blade. So let's talk about some of the key new features that you're bringing to the table with Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, so our hero, Eivor, is a Viking raider who's going to leave the snowy mountains of Norway for the lush rolling hills of England, propelled by the goal of settling their people and growing a thriving settlement. Now, England at this time is a hostile place. So to succeed, players will go raiding using their longships and raiding party. They'll assault giant fortifications in epic battles. They'll have to gain alliances with kings and legendary Vikings, and they'll be faced with some very harsh choices as the leader of a community. Along with that, where we've reinvented combat to be visceral, brutal, tons of enemy variety, dual-wielding weapons. We have a new, fresh take on player progression, gear, and weapon systems. We're effectively pushing every single envelope to deliver this incredible Viking fantasy.
All of this is just music to my ears. Thank you so much. So this whole show, we've been talking about the Xbox Series X. We're talking about next gen. So as a creative director, as someone creating a huge epic game, how do you take advantage of this new hardware?
Well, Assassin's Creed has always been committed to new technologies in order to push the most immersive experiences we possibly can. And so to have something like incredibly fast loading times means that we can remove some of that friction from the immersion and create a game that's much more immersive. Norway and Dark Ages England are breathtaking living worlds. So to be able to push them further to their incredible potential, this is really wonderful for us. It's wonderful for our players. And additionally, I'm very happy to confirm that we are also offering smart delivery, which allows you to purchase the game once and play it on your Xbox One and the Xbox Series X.
That is great news, I think, for all the Assassins fans out there. They'll be able to enjoy it on the hardware they have now, maybe on the hardware that they are looking forward to getting later this year. Thank you so much, Ashraf Ismail, for joining us and for sharing the very first details on Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I cannot wait to see more.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
We have seen so many great games today showcasing gameplay for Xbox Series X. So let's go to Malik right now with Robert Cart from Codemasters to talk Dirt 5.
All right, everyone, just a few minutes ago, you saw the reveal trailer of Dirt 5, and I kind of was left speechless, but I'm going to have to get it together here because we're going to dive even deeper into everything. Right now, we have Robert Karp, who is Dirt 5's development director, in the driver's seat to talk about what's next for the series. Robert, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you, Malik?
I'm doing great. Excited to dive into this. Now, Dirt 5, obviously the newest game in the series. Let's start with locations because kind of the backdrop is kind of important for a racing game. So where are we going to be going in Dirt 5?
So you saw from the trailer, we had New York, then we went to China, and then we went to Norway. We've got lots more environments than that. Each of the environments are bespokely created based in real worlds for the tracks and the event types that we play in there. So for New York, for example, you saw us racing over the East River when it was frozen in winter, but you can play in New York in the summer and spring and autumn. And there you'll be able to race along Roosevelt Island on a couple of different tracks. That gives you a totally different experience. After that, we go to Brazil, we take in the favelas and Christ the Redeemer. We have tracks in Europe, in Italy, in Arizona. So there's really a really wide range of tracks with a really colourful and wide different colour palette that offer really interesting different experiences.
Super cool. I'm excited to see all the different locations as well as how the weather's going to change. I'm personally a New York boy, so I'm excited to race in New York. But it is a racing game after all, so let's talk about some of the cars that we're going to be able to jump into.
We have one of the widest ranges of vehicles that we've had in a dirt game ever before. So you've got the rally cars that you saw some buggies in China. We also have sprint cars, which are really cool and interesting. They go around ovals, they only turn left. Each of their wheels is like a different size, with the front one at the left the smallest, the back one at the right the biggest. They've got 900 horsepower, and you just basically drift all the way around the oval, kicking up big plumes of smoke, which is really fun.
Oh, that's super cool. Of course, everyone's going to be excited for more, right? More cars, more different types of vehicles. That's pretty cool. Now let's talk about the experience when the players jump into the game. What are some things that veteran Dirt franchise players are going to notice, and what are some things that they're going to notice for the first time ever?
So I think jumping into the career, they're going to notice the kind of agency or the choice of the different events. But some of the new things that are new to the franchise, and one of the ones I'm most excited about, is 4-player split screen. So in career or in arcade mode, where you can pick your event type and your vehicle type and your time of day, how quickly the time changes and what the weather's going to change, you can play that with your friends. So on launch day, when you get your Xbox Series X home, you boot it up, you invite a few friends over, you can all race together.
That's super exciting. 4-player split screen, something that we always want to see because it's always good to have your friends around and play some games on the couch. So that's pretty cool. Now let's shift gears a bit into the career mode. Obviously, the Dirt franchise is known for the career mode and taking you through a bunch of different races. Can you talk a bit about the story there? And I hear Little Birdie has told me that there's a very dynamic duo in the voiceover booth. Let's talk about that as well.
There is a dynamic duo. So one of the things that I really enjoy about the career is the real world sponsors. So as you race, you'll sign up to real world sponsors who'll give you rewards and pay you to race for them. And talking you through that will be your mentor. He'll help guide you, give you tips and hints, and that's voiced by Troy Baker.
Greetings from the booth, everybody.
And there's really only one person to have as the protagonist to Troy Baker, who's the nemesis, and that's Nolan North.
Thrilled to be working with Codemasters on this, playing a very pivotal character, per usual. Also, you're going to see some pretty recognizable faces in this game, so you don't want to miss it.
So as you race, you'll have to beat him if you want to win the career.
That's super exciting because one, I'm excited to jump into the career, but two, I feel like a lot of players are going to be happy about having both Troy Baker and Nolan North in the same video game. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Now, again, we're super happy that Dirt 5 is part of the reveal of the first gameplay for Xbox Series X. So let's talk about some of the things that we're going to see that are specific to Xbox Series X.
So Dirt 5, you'll be able to play at 4K at 60 FPS, but there'll also be an option for 120 Hz mode. So, gamers know frame rate counts. 120 Hz in racing, that's where the action's at. On top of that, Dirt 5 will leverage the smart delivery technology. So you buy the game on Xbox One, you can play on Xbox Series X as soon as you get the new console. You buy it on Xbox Series X and you go over, you have an Xbox One in your house or in another room and you want to play in there, you can play Xbox One, so you'll always be playing the best version. And lastly is the fast loading. So that means that you get into the game almost instantaneously from turning on the console. No more waiting. you're in there, you're racing straight away.
I love everything that you just said there. You buy the game, you get the best version for the platform that you own. You get in the game, loading times are a thing that everyone hates, so minimizing that is fantastic. And then you get to choose between 4K 60 and 120 frames per second. So that is pretty cool. Again, Robert, thank you so much for stopping by. I got to say that I probably speak for everyone watching when I say that we're super excited to see Dirt 5 on Xbox Series X coming up this year. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me.
All right, we've already seen so many games so far, but the train's going to keep rolling, so we're going to throw it over to Katarina, who's with the Bluebird team, to talk about Medium.
Horror games are a fan favorite, and the Medium promises to keep us guessing and our hearts racing. Here to tell us more about the game is Jack, game producer from the Bluebird team. Thank you so much for joining us, Jack.
Hi, hello.
Can you tell us more about this game and the Bluebird team approach to the psychological horror genre?
In our first psychological horror that was Layers of Fear, the main topic was what can you sacrifice for your family? Can you sacrifice yourself, or you want to sacrifice yourself for your passion, to fulfill yourself? The second our game, it was Observer. And then the main topic, it was if I'm still human, if my mind maybe is digitalized, or if I have robotic parts, where is the line? Like in the body horror stuff. And in the Blair Witch, of course, there was a witch, there was the forest that everyone loves. But in the main topic, in the psychological horror stuff, it was PTSD. So for the medium, we have like two worlds in our game, real world and spirit world. We play as a medium that can see this both realities, so we can think like somebody can be a really good guy, but maybe inside it's not. And when you play as a medium, you have a really unique perspective to find out what is inside of other people or what happens in different places.
For the medium, we heard that you teamed up with legendary music composer Akira Yamaoka. Can you tell us more about that partnership and how that influenced the game?
Yeah, he's the best now, of course, for composing the music for Silent Hill series. And what was most important for us, it was his work on Silent Hill 2, because Silent Hill 2, for most of our team, is the best horror game ever, and it's one of our main references when we think about atmosphere in the medium, because in one way, his music is, heavy, disturbing, oppressive. And in another way, it can be nostalgic, emotional, and melodic. And to bump it up more, we cooperate, Akira, with our composer, Arkadiusz Rejkowski, that create our other scores for our other games, and mix these two approaches together to fill up our two worlds and our different points of view. So it was really great fun.
This game is really characterized by those two worlds. Can you talk to us more about the story and these two worlds and how the players can look forward to that?
Yeah, so you play as a Marianne, and she's a medium, and like she can cope with this, that she goes, or that she can see the spirit world, the second world, but she's like haunted by really one specific vision that she tried to solve. And she has some kind of a hint that the answers can be in abandoned communist vacation resort. It's like an old hotel. So she go there, and then she need to, find out how the vision is connected with this place and what dark mystery is there. And there, two worlds came up, because our real world and our real world setting, it's Poland, late 80s, Krakow. Krakow is a very important city for Poland history. It was a city of kings. And it's, of course, city of Bluebird. We have company here, we live here, we love the city. And, it's a free Poland in that time. But because in the 80s and before, we live under the regime, communist regime, and there was no free of speech. Everything was censored. And when you play as a medium, you have this unique opportunity to see even further the normal people, because you see the spirit world. And spirit world is like dark mirror of our world, like when all your anger, urges, secrets are reflected there. So it's also hostile world in some way. So only medium can solve some puzzles, some mysteries, and survive that kind of encounter.
Horror is really a genre that can really take advantage of some very immersive gameplay. What are some of the Xbox Series X features that the Bloober team has harnessed to make sure that you can deliver this epic next-gen title with the medium?
Yeah, of course. First of all, it's the horsepower is the hardware. So having that powerful stuff as a foundation for our game, it's awesome, because we spent a lot of years to thinking about this game, how we can fulfill our dreams about it, but we have a problem with the platform. Like everything, we thought it's too weak to fulfill our vision. But then Xbox Series X came up, and we thought, yeah, this is perfect match for us. And now a lot of doors were open for us to be creative and do the game as we want it. And the second most important stuff is the seamless gameplay, steady FPS and no loading screens, because you have immersive horror cinematic experience. And you have two worlds. You can travel between them. You can travel between the levels and the whole story, and not having any loading screens and any FPS drops. It's awesome. And of course, we use Xbox Series X in different ways, in many different ways. But I will leave this maybe more for the future. So stay tuned, guys.
Ooh, mysterious. I think I speak for all the fans when I say that I'm super excited to play the medium when it launches on the Xbox Series X. Thank you so much for joining us today, Jack.
Also, thank you very much.
I want to give a special thank you to all of our developers from around the world who pulled out all the stops to share this first look at Xbox Series X gameplay with all of you today. It's also great to see how many developers are taking advantage and leveraging things like smart delivery, really putting our fans first. And of course, we're doing that with all of our Xbox Game Studios titles. And as I said, we're not taking the summer off. Today is just the beginning. It's time to get hyped, because in July, it's Xbox Game Studios world premieres, reveals, lots of news. Mark your calendars. We'll see you then.
The PlayStation 5 reveal event has come and gone, and we now know so much more about the PS5 and the future of gaming as a whole. There are plenty of amazing exclusives coming to PS5, and best of all, we finally saw what the console is going to look like. So now that we finally got the PS5 news we were all desperately craving, let's take a look at how the console stacks up to Microsoft's Xbox Series X. These consoles have a lot in common, but they also have plenty of differences that we'll touch on in this video. There were so many game trailers and gameplay demos on display during the PS5 reveal event that it was hard to keep track of everything that was going on. But when the dust settled, we learned about some huge exclusive games for the PS5. So let's kick things off with the first exclusive that was announced: Insomniac's Spider-Man Miles Morales. If you loved Marvel's Spider-Man for PS4, then you must be really excited for Spider-Man Miles Morales, which will be released during the holiday season of 2020. Yep, that means there's a good chance that it's going to be a launch title for the PS5. That being said, the fact that it's not called Spider-Man 2 Miles Morales has us thinking that the game isn't a full-on sequel, but more of a standalone DLC like the Lost Legacy was for Uncharted 4. Another highly anticipated exclusive game we learned about was Horizon 2 Forbidden West. There have been rumors that Guerrilla was working on a sequel, and who would have thunk it, those rumors were true. The gameplay trailer for the game was beyond gorgeous, and it looks like it's going to be a huge hit for the PS5. Even the Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart gameplay trailer blew our minds. It really showcased the power of that SSD as entire levels were loaded in what felt almost instantaneous. Gran Turismo 7 got a gameplay trailer as well. Since the graphics in racing games have kinda plateaued with pretty much photorealistic cars on PS4 and Xbox One, the developers emphasized competitive play and a revamped campaign mode. If you're into racing games, they won't get much better than Gran Turismo 7. Sackboy: A Big Adventure looks to bring a much-needed change to the Little Big Planet series that has gotten a bit stale in recent years. It looks to be a fully 3D spin-off that reminds us of Super Mario Odyssey, which is always a good thing. Surprisingly, we also learned that a remake of Demon's Souls will be released on PS5, and we're really looking forward to reading the words "You died" every 5 seconds in glorious 4K resolution. As for the Xbox Series X, well, it has 3 confirmed exclusives at launch in Halo Infinite, Scorn, and The Ascent. Not that we have anything against Scorn or The Ascent, but Halo is obviously the top dog out of those 3. All we're saying is that Scorn and The Ascent are 2 new IPs, while Halo has been one of Microsoft's best Xbox exclusives for years. So we've got high hopes for Infinite on the Series X. Maybe it'll finally have a Battle Royale mode. Who knows, but we're sure the game will be as polished as they come. In terms of games that'll be playable for both consoles at launch, we have Rainbow Six Siege and Fortnite. Two very popular shooters, but no one's going to buy a PS5 or Xbox Series X to play Fortnite or Siege. Again, they're not bad games, but they're just already playable on current-gen consoles. We'll most likely be getting additional games in the coming weeks after the launch of the consoles, and this is what has us gamers the most excited. We just can't wait to eventually play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk 2077, Call of Duty Warzone, Destiny 2, Outriders, and many, many more on the console of our choice. Plus, as we've seen in the demo, it looks like anything running on Unreal Engine is going to be amazing on PS5 and Xbox Series X. While the recent PS5 reveal event focused mostly on the games coming out for the console, it ended with one heck of a bang by revealing the design of the PS5. We've been waiting for this moment for what feels like forever, and it finally happened. The design definitely didn't disappoint either, as we saw a beautiful, curvy, and futuristic console from Sony that just screams next generation. On top of all that, we saw two different versions of the PS5. The standard PS5 with a 4K Blu-ray disc drive and a digital edition PS5 without the drive. We can safely assume that the digital edition will be cheaper than the standard PS5, which may be bad news for Microsoft in the price wars, since they don't have a version of the Xbox Series X without a 4K Blu-ray disc drive. Still, we don't have official prices on any of the consoles just yet, as those will most likely be revealed later this year. Speaking of the Xbox Series X, it's a beautiful looking machine. But compared to the PS5, it's a very simple design that doesn't bring much attention to it. Microsoft didn't try anything radical with the design to make it look like it's from the future, or anything like that. It's one color with a huge vent at the top. It looks more like a PC tower than anything else, and that's a good thing because, as we all know, that's where consoles are heading. If they're supposed to rival PCs, it'd make sense for their form factor to also resemble a PC. With this design, the massive heatsink of the Xbox Series X has enough room to do its thing, and the console definitely shouldn't be running into any thermal issues. As for controllers, we were beyond impressed with the PS5's DualSense controller. Not only does it look good, but it looks like a big improvement over the DualShock 4. It has a much more rounded and ergonomic design, and the light bar now sits on the sides of the touchpad instead of at the top of the controller. We're not big fans of the touchpad, but it makes sense to keep it if DualShock 4 controllers are supposed to be compatible with the PS5 as well. In terms of new features, the controller will support haptic feedback and have adaptive triggers in the L2 and R2 buttons, which will allow us to truly feel the tension of our actions. The share button has been replaced with the create button on the DualSense that'll also be used to take pictures and record video clips among other things that Sony hasn't shared with us yet. The controller even comes with a built-in microphone, a 3.5mm headphone jack, and USB-C support. Even the Xbox Series X controller isn't as flashy as the PS5's DualSense, but it will definitely get the job done and then some. It looks a lot like an improved version of the Xbox One's Elite controller, but with a share button, something the PS4 had and the Xbox One didn't, meaning it was a must-add. What we love about the Series X controller is its hybrid D-pad that's a mix of both a cardinal and circular D-pad. It's the best of both worlds, so we can't complain. Microsoft also made a point to mention that the Series X controller has improved latency, which makes sense seeing as it's supposed to be compatible with Project X Cloud. The big issue with the Series X controller is that it still won't have a built-in rechargeable battery. Yeah, that's right, it'll use AA's in 2020, which is just plain ridiculous when you think about it. Now, it does have USB-C support, but come on, this is a big reason why many gamers believe the DualSense is the better controller. Sure, the Series X controller has a better D-pad, but let's be honest. AA batteries? Give it the times, Microsoft. On the spec sheet, both consoles are very impressive, but let's start by comparing the CPUs. The PS5 is packed with an 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU clocked at 3.5 GHz with a variable frequency. The Series X is running an 8-core AMD Zen 2 CPU clocked at 3.8 GHz. Both CPUs are running the same architecture, but the Series X will be running at a consistently higher clock speed compared to the PS5. Due to that, the Series X has the PS5 beat here, but not by much. In terms of the GPU, the PS5 is running a custom RDNA 2 GPU with 36 compute units capable of producing 10.28 teraflops clocked at 2.23 GHz, with a variable frequency. The Series X has a custom RDNA 2 GPU with 52 compute units capable of producing 12 teraflops clocked at 1.825 GHz. While the PS5 has a lower teraflop count and less compute units in its GPU compared to the Series X, it has a higher maximum clock speed. Still, the fact that the Series X has nearly 2 more teraflops than the PS5 gives it the edge again, but don't expect graphics to look noticeably better on the Series X. It's a marginal difference. Both consoles have 16 gigs of GDDR6 RAM, so they're pretty much tied in terms of memory, but they differ vastly when it comes to storage. The PS5 has a custom 825 gig solid-state drive under the hood, with an expansion bay for additional storage. The Xbox Series X has a 1TB custom NVMe SSD, also with an expansion bay for additional storage. This all makes it seem like the Series X has the better SSD. But not so fast. Literally, we didn't even get into the read and write speeds yet, which is where the PS5's SSD blows the Series X's right out of the water. It's capable of 5.529 gigabytes per second speeds, which is blazing fast, even for a solid-state drive. On the other hand, the Xbox Series X's SSD is much less impressive, as it's only capable of 2.426 gigabytes per second speeds. What this means is that games should load quite a lot faster on the PS5 compared to Xbox Series X, almost entirely eliminating loading screens. Even though the Series X's SSD has more storage, it just doesn't have the speed to compete with the PS5. Plus, both consoles have an expansion bay anyway, so that difference in storage is far from a game changer. Both consoles will support up to 8K resolution for select games, as well as 120 frames per second gameplay and ray tracing. So games will not only look incredible on both consoles, but they should run smoothly as well, with 60 FPS being the minimum frame rate developers are aiming for this upcoming generation. As for backwards compatibility, well, it looks like the Series X has the upper hand. The PS5 is going to be backwards compatible with a quote-unquote overwhelming majority of PS4 titles. It won't be compatible with every single one of them, but we assume the big titles like Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted 4, God of War, and more will be playable on the PS5 at launch. The Xbox Series X will support all games playable on the Xbox One. On top of all that, it's even backwards compatible with Xbox 360 and original Xbox console titles. But only if those titles are supported through backwards compatibility on the Xbox One. So technically, the Series X is backwards compatible with 4 generations of gaming, while the PS5 is only compatible with 2, which is a big win for Microsoft. And that's everything you need to know about the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Which console are you getting? What do you think about the PS5's bold new design?